Well, it's an absolutely filthy night here in Gothenburg. We've got the Real Madrid team caption up, as you can see. The best news of the week for them was that the West German international Stielicke came through a test on a back injury, and he plays in midfield. Aberdeen have got great respect for him. Alex Ferguson says that he adds such urgency to the whole side. Santillana and Juanito are their chief strike force, and Santillana, incidentally, has scored in every round of this competition so far. I mean, they are an exceptional club. This is their 179th European match. That's a record. Aberdeen, incidentally, playing in their 49th. And Real Madrid have played in 27 seasons of European competition out of 28. Let's just have a look at the Aberdeen team. And it was a blow when they had to rule out Dougie Bell with an ankle injury. His midfield runs would surely have unsettled Real Madrid. Stuart Kennedy not quite ready to start the game at full-back, but he'll be the substitute. The average age of this Aberdeen side is about 23, but they are bubbling with confidence. As the Italian referee, Gianfranco Menegali, a lawyer from Rome, 50 years old next month, leads out the teams into the rain, which has eased off just a fraction, but it's been absolutely torrential for something like 3 hours. And that follows a lot of heavy rain yesterday as well, but happily here at the Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg, they do have a massive cover over the pitch, rather like the centre court at Wimbledon, and they rolled that off about an hour ago, and there's little doubt that without that, this match might have been in doubt. Got with me Ian St John. Ian, these conditions, are they going to, I mean, the Aberdeen players that we see here, these are sort of conditions that they would enjoy, or does it add an extra hazard for them?
Well, I think it's an extra hazard, Brian, but I mean, in Scotland we do get a bit of rain, you know, throughout the winter, so the Aberdeen players are used to the conditions. I'm just a little bit worried in case this casual water starts to lie at the top, now that they take the cover off, and that could then be a terrible hazard for both sides.
Madrid, who in fact have to go back to, for all their great successes, and they've won the European Cup 6 times and lost in 3 of the finals, they have to go back to 1966 for their last big European success. In 1971 they lost the Cup Winners' Cup to Chelsea, and in 1981 of course the European Cup to Liverpool, and 6 of that Real Madrid side are in action against Aberdeen tonight. There's a good amount of grass on the pitch. It was worrying Aberdeen a little bit last night when they trained on it, because it looked to be a little long, but the groundsman clearly has got the mower on it before the rains came today. So at the moment the surface won't be too bad. That's big Metgod on the right, the Dutchman, the number 4, who's a sweeper. The goalkeeper for Real Madrid is Augustin, and there's Alex Ferguson, the Aberdeen manager. What a triumph it's been for him over the few years that he's been with the Aberdeen club, bringing them here really to the biggest night in the club's history. Alongside him, Archie Knox, his right-hand man, and the man who's done all the spying on the opposition. Aberdeen, of course, never in a European final, but as Alex Ferguson says, if we can play as we did against Bayern Munich in the quarter-final and we beat them, if we can reach that level of performance, we shall have an outstanding chance here tonight. Well, the one and only Alfredo Di Stefano, one of Real Madrid's greatest players, now their coach, scorer of 49 European Cup goals. What a record. Well, it's Real Madrid in that famous all-white strip, and they'll be attacking the goal to our right. The formalities were kept down to the bare necessities, no national anthems at all, probably because the weather is so appalling. And the rain continues to sweep down. This is Camacho to the number 11, Isidro. And a free kick to Aberdeen. No, the ball was out of play. It's Big Doug Ruby with the throw. He's playing at right back. He normally plays left back, but of course with Stuart Kennedy out of action, they've had to switch the full-backs around a little bit, and John McMaster coming in at left back to number 3. Jim Leighton, I would have thought goalkeepers don't really relish these conditions when the ball can skid such a lot. McGee jumping for that one, but Falls again for Real Madrid. Rugby in very quickly with his challenge. And Strachan just getting through there. Black for McGee now as Aberdeen come forward, finding their feet, and Augustin, the 6'4" goalkeeper. Miller in very quickly indeed. And Bonnet, Rugby returning it. And now Gallego. 25th birthday for him today, to Juanito. Such an experienced little World Cup player and international for Spain. Where his first real touch. Now Stilica, the man who was doubtful for so long. And Stilica, who lost in the European Cup final, the number 10 for Mönchengladbach against Liverpool, also for Real Madrid against Liverpool. He lost in a World Cup final for West Germany against Italy. And he'll be hoping for a change of fortune tonight. This is Juan Jose. And now Stilica, the West German. Juan Jose, his first year at Real Madrid, nicked away nicely there. And here comes Strachan now for Aberdeen. He's got McGee through the middle. And in the end, it's Juanito's coming back to do the defender's job, and the ball caught there, as you can see, in a lot of casual water in that Real Madrid penalty area. Stilica, a nice little dummy there by Angel. Put out by Cooper. Stilica again. And Bonnet getting a little bit caught up there. Aberdeen getting possession once more. And a good break once more is on for them, but the shot well wide by Neil Simpson. What do you think he's thinking, Ian, in the first few minutes of this game, Alec Ferguson?
Well, obviously, it was very apprehensive time for him to start of the game. We'll just be hoping that his lads settle down to the passing that they've been working on. I was just looking at the passes that were made there, Brian, the water is holding the ball up. I think if you play short tonight, you could be in trouble.
Strachan playing a good shot, against the crossbar and knocked down there by Eric Black. A tremendous strike for Aberdeen. And young Black, only 19 years old, caught that spectacularly on the volley.
Well, that was a first-class volley, wasn't it? Really superb. And when we talk about the European players,
so close,
the technique, and I thought that was tremendous. What a super goal that would have been, Brian.
Well, the keeper, I don't think, quite got a touch, and they're not happy with the ball.
He's maybe hit it so hard he's busted it.
Well, that will certainly give Aberdeen an awful lot of confidence. I think there was a worry that a young side playing against a side like Real Madrid with such tradition might be a little bit overawed. But they are settling to the task well at the moment. And they've got a substitute ball on, and it looks as though Johnny Metgod will take the goal kick. He's also in his first season at Real Madrid, having arrived from AZ 67 of Holland. The number 8 is Angel. And Alec McLeish quite happy to turn that away into touch. There's 5 minutes of the game gone. And it's still raining really heavily. Played back once more, McLeish just sticking out the foot. And Aberdeen almost caught out for a moment inside their own penalty area. Camacho. And now it's Gallego to Juan Jose. Challenged, he thought, a little unfairly by McGee. Juanito. And Aberdeen again get possession. And young John McMaster in a lot of water down there on the touchline with the throw. Looking for McGee, taken up by Simpson, and now Neil Cooper. Simpson now for Aberdeen. Madrid getting a few players back. Trying to play it wide for Eric Brack now, and he's got Rugby up there if he wants him, and they get a corner. So corner to Aberdeen. Cooper's gone in for this one. And almost certainly Rugby is there. 6'2", yes, he's in there too. But Alec McLeish has stayed back this time. Well, it looks as though we might be having yet another football. They'll get it right in a moment. And Strachan waits patiently to take this corner then for Aberdeen. Black, McGee, Cooper. Aberdeen ahead inside 7 minutes. Well, it was McLeish's late run that did it in.
Well, Alex Vegas was telling me yesterday at the hotel.
And Aberdeen are in the lead. Peter Weir now for Aberdeen. What a good start.
Then that'll give them tremendous confidence, Brian, because if you score a goal off something you've been working on in training, it gives everybody a big boost. So the Aberdeen boys will be thinking maybe this is their night.
McMaster to Rugby. Cleared by Camacho and happy to put it away into touch. But there'd been an infringement. It'll be a free kick to Real Madrid, which Camacho will take. Now Gallego. To Bonnet. Gallego, they're pushing them forward now. Camacho in a lot of space on the far side. And a lot of activity from the white shirts up front. Real test for Aberdeen now, having got this lead. Santillana up well, he's a very good header of the ball. Weir had it and lost it for a moment. And here's McMaster coming away again for Aberdeen. To Strachan. Into McGee, just got the ball away before he was clattered in from behind. And the referee, who has the reputation of being a fairly strong disciplinarian, was quick to award the free kick for Aberdeen. In fairness, he could do little else. Cooper playing it now for Strachan. McGee taking a buffeting from behind, another free kick. Madrid complaining, but the pain coming Aberdeen's way, and the free kick also. Well, Rugby will take it. Although I think Strachan was looking to try and dink one in quickly there himself. It'll be Strachan now. Well, that's something that they work at quite often, Ian, and catch a few people out as though they are messing a free kick up, but the flag is up in any case for an offside.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see if they get a free kick around the edge of the box. They do love a little kick where they confuse everybody.
I think they beat Bayern Munich with that, didn't they, in a quarter-final?
Yeah, I mean, they are full of ideas, you know, they're very inventive side.
Well, here's Bonnet for Real Madrid. Now, will Strachan get there? He does. Camacho, too. Played on again for Angel. But there's Cooper coming back quickly this time and getting it back to Jim Leighton. Something like 12,000 Aberdeen fans are here, and they've come by boat and by plane, even by fishing boat. And I heard of a couple who came from Singapore, to something like 3,000 who've come up from Madrid. So the Madrid fans are being out-shouted at the moment, and certainly Aberdeen have got plenty to shout about. A goal up, if you've just come in, scored by Eric Black after 6 minutes. Aberdeen in the all-red strip. Metgod, but Willie Miller judging the difficult bouncing ball to a nicety, finding Mark McGee, battling with Camacho, comes for Rugby, swept towards Metgod, but Black was in the air. Gallego challenged from behind by Cooper, who's a tremendous competitor in the middle of the field, just 19 years old. Metgod, the long clearance to Juanito. They'll need to backpedal quickly, and Santillana's waiting in the middle, but that was a terrible cross. A man who's had 34 caps from Spain and is 28 years old, has been in the game a long time, and Di Stefano wouldn't have been happy once it looked as though Real Madrid might have been on a useful break. So Aberdeen are leading by a goal to nil. And you can probably hear that infernal drum, Manolo, that the man from the World Cup is about 30 yards to the left of us. And our heads will be ringing by the end of the night. Jim Leighton then with the goal kick for Aberdeen. Peter Weir touching it back for McMaster. Good pass of a ball, left foot there, played forward firmly, and now with Simpson. Strachan coming back and really looks to be wanting to get in the action all the time. McMaster again. McGee and Black are up front. And a good jump there again by Eric Black. And there was a bit of kicking and shoving going on there after the kick had, after the header had gone in by Bonnet. And Bonnet has something of a reputation. I'm told he's had as many as 15 yellow cards this season. This is the number 5. It's Camacho, number 3 for Real Madrid at the moment. Stilica making no progress. Another foul against Real Madrid.
I think they might try to come to physical a little bit, Real. One or two of the defenders have been putting it in. Camacho and, as you say, Bonnet there had a whack at Eric Black when he was on the floor. And I remember 2 years ago against Liverpool in the final of the European Cup, they started the game very physically, you know, but Liverpool matched them for it, and I'm sure Aberdeen will as well.
Well, here's Mark McGee. Now for Peter Weir. Looking to drink his way. And Juan Jose this time. One free kick after another.
Well, they say that Juan Jose is not a good defender, and I know that Aberdeen are hoping that Peter Weir, who is a very good dribbler, will be able to take the full back on tonight and cause some damage.
Well, the referee delaying the taking of that free kick. Wants to make sure Real Madrid are back the full 10 yards. It's McMaster with it, curled in towards the near post. And a goal kick. Just McGee who got in there.
I think McGee and Black, the two strikers for Aberdeen, will give the defenders quite a hard night of it, because they're both terrific at moving wide and splitting them. So Johnny Method in the middle as sweeper might find a problem.
A disaster there for Aberdeen.
McLeish, I think it was, with a bad back pass.
There he is.
Well, that was a shocker.
And it was held up. I mean, in normal circumstances, that would have got back to Jim Leighton, but the water on the pitch held it up, and Juanito has a golden opportunity of putting Real Madrid back at 1-1. And that's what it is. Well, the camera goes back with Stilica.
Well, that's real tragedy for Aberdeen, isn't it, to lose a goal like that?
But as you can see, it's Juanito who has scored.
It was a good penalty, as it happened. The goalkeeper tried to read it, went one way and he stuck it in the other.
So 1-1. And Simpson, and a mistake by Aberdeen. Concentration must have gone a little bit there, Ian, really, because it was there were silly conditions to try a back pass quite as long as that.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
just going to say about conditions like this, it's worth it for forwards to chase anything going towards goal, because of it, it's been held up in the water.
So 1-1. Now let's see what Aberdeen are made of. Put forward there, Simpson and Black, combining well, McGee. So Metgod. Juanito. And another throw. Juanito with it. No, it's going to be Juan Jose. And a throw to Aberdeen. McMaster. Now Metcod. Ooh, dispossessed by Black. Nicking it away, but the Dutchman's in there for Real Madrid. Hitting again, this time for Camacho. Simpson is tracking him. Now McMaster. Weir. No, it looked as though it was going for Strachan, but went straight through to number 8, Angel. Gallego. Oh, and they're playing well at the moment. Bonnet coming up from the back. So the big number 5, as you can see, getting back to his defensive duties as Leighton clears. Juan Jose. McLeish. Black's little header down. Simpson letting it run through for Neil Cooper. And Rugby always struggling to keep that one in. Juanito. Oh, good play. Looking a much more confident side now. They very nearly got it through for Santillana, but McLeish on that time was doing his job well for Strachan. Aberdeen's throw. Well, the free kick was given. Strachan finding McGee. You get to the byline, he can, but he couldn't get it across. But given away again. Can Strachan punish them for this? Metcod is out there with him. And the player off the field, and the flag was up for offside. And it'll be a free kick for Real Madrid. So they are making mistakes as well, Ian.
Oh yeah, I mean the conditions are dreadful, and if you've got a ball in your own penalty area and people start hustling, mistakes will be made.
Stilica. Juan Jose, fullback who loves to attack. Angel getting it back to Stilica. Now Metcod, they love to play this patient game along the back four, and it's really up to Aberdeen to hustle them and not allow them to play the sort of game they want to play. A nice patient style as Angel puts it in once more towards Santillana. And again they get it back, that time successfully by Rugby. To goalkeeper Leighton. Shove in the back there on McGee by Bonnet, and the referee spotted it. In fact, I think every time it's gone up to Mark McGee, he's had a thump in the back.
You just wonder how long the referee is going to go on with this, and we've had 20 minutes, and every time, as you say, Brian, the ball's gone up to the strikers have been fouled.
Camacho getting that away for Real Madrid. Willie Miller right at the back for Aberdeen. Rugby in there. Played on by Cooper that time and almost got behind them to Black, but the flag was up again for offside against Eric Black. And it's Angel for Real Madrid. Gallego, and now Metcod. Juan Jose. Stilica. And Juanito trying to get it through again, cut out well by Willie Miller. Finding Cooper, back pass again. McMaster. Oh, what a good break by Strachan. Looks to be full of running tonight and really wants to get in on the action. A good cross there across the 6-yard area. Strachan looking in particularly sprightly form.
There's a sharp little boy, Gordon Strachan, and had a very mixed season, but in the last couple of months he's come back to what's his best form, and he's a tremendous little player.
No bounce at all on that one. It got badly caught in the puddle and it fooled Peter Weir. It's Juanito again. for Real Madrid, with the score at 1-1 if you just come in from the office, with Aberdeen going into the lead and Real Madrid equalising from the penalty spot. Now a break. Can Black get there? No, Bonnet is there, just tucking it back to Agustin.
Well, that's the kind of ball I was talking about, Brian, before, where the strikers make some terrific runs, you know, Black and McGee. Joe McMaster at left back has got a lovely left foot, can play the ball over a good area.
Santillana, the captain, coming a long way back, finding Stilica, now Angel. They were clearly thrown out of their stride by that early Aberdeen break, and they're coming back into it a little bit more now, Real Madrid. Now they've got back on level terms. This is Gallego. Cooper tracking him, and in the end getting the ball into touch, and quite a slithery fall for the Real Madrid number 6. Juanito is active. Stilica's gone up for this throw as well. It's Camacho getting in there too. Juan Jose, and that looked as though it, I thought for a moment it had come off John McMaster. I think the linesman from Italy, and Juanito is saying, how can that be a goal kick? That surely came off the defender and should have been a corner. I have some sympathy with him. But a goal kick's given. Jim Leighton's going to take it. And it'll come straight for Ulrich Stilica. Juanito, but now McMaster. There's that left foot that Ian was talking about, but it didn't quite go all the way. But Weir might help a little bit. He finds Black. Alec Ferguson was saying, and has been saying out here, that concentration and discipline are the most important things that his young side have got to show tonight. Juanito. Played in again for Santillana. Juan Jose, Stilica. Now Camacho. A long way out, charged down by McGee, Metgod. It's a good ball played out there to Angel. A little chip inside, and no problems there for Ullevi. Coming up to 25 minutes gone, and the score 1-1. Cooper dispossessed. Gallego, Simpson after him. Beginning to find their men a little better now, Real Madrid. Offering a little more of a threat. Santillana. That's a good ball for Stilica. Can he make the most of it? He's got McLeish right there with him. Still with Stilica. Juan Jose coming up to support. Fullback, but Stilica still going on. Well, he did well. Gallego, Stilica, Gallego. That's a bit of skill. Nodded down. And in the end, Willie Miller's there, getting it away to Alec McLeish. Gallego again, and this is a good spell indeed for Real Madrid, and no free kick. Stilica, Gallego, played on towards Juanito. Willie Miller looked for a moment as though he might have been wrong-footed, but he just got the touch and put it away into touch. Troublesome moments these for Aberdeen, because they are warming to their task a little bit, Real Madrid now, having gone that early goal down and pulled back 1-1 by means of a penalty. Here's Angel with Camacho outside him. Now a regular defender in the Spanish national side, just as Willie Miller, who got that one away, is for Scotland, and that is a goal kick.
It would appear that Juanito has got a roving commission, Brian. He's popping up all over the place, and he's a very dangerous little player. And the Aberdeen lads at the moment, in the last sort of 5 minutes or so, are allowing the Real players to get away from them, giving them too much space. So they'll have to start tightening up on their discipline, you know, mark a little bit tighter.
I hope you could hear what Ian was saying over that drum. Well, here's Gallego. Now it's Angel. It's still raining as heavily as it was at the start. Bonnet back to Gallego. And the break for Stilica, will he keep it in? He has, and he's kept it in well, and Willie Miller got it away, but only as far as one. Jose Santillana trying to tee up a volley, and Peter Weir right back there, going to drag it away, possibly no, back to Jim Lee. Jose, McMaster, Strachan. It's a Real Madrid throw. Stilica takes it, sets Gallego on his way. Now Juanito. And come out well by Cooper. It's a bit all hands to the pump now for Aberdeen, as Juanito leaves the throw for the number 11 Isidro. That's a fairly good long throw too. Up gets Cooper, on its way by Black. A difficult bounce there for Metcod, and he was fooled by it, and McGee finds Strachan, and Metcod was snapping at him, and now Weir on a long ball towards McGee, but it may be too delayed now. Cooper. Well, it's time now that they've got everybody back except that Rugby's right in there, and that could have been a problem for the Real Madrid goalkeeper, Big Doug Rugby, who made a really late run. He's 6'2", this goalkeeper's 6'4". It really was a battle of giants there as the Aberdeen fullback came in. Whack!
It was a fair challenge, I thought. Riley had to go for the ball. And let's have a look at it again. The goalkeepers are definitely overprotected. He's going up for it. Dougie's going up to try and head it, and they meet mid-air. And why is it that they always give the foul against the attacking player?
Well, it might, I suppose, serve to unsettle Augustin a bit.
I'll tell you something, I would fancy Doug Rugby running in it.
Well, we're coming up to the half hour. It's Alfredo Di Stefano's Real Madrid 1-1 with Aberdeen in this European Cup Winners' Cup final in Gothenburg. Weir, a little touch for Cooper. Still those two strikers up front for Aberdeen. Strachan plays it wide for Rugby. Gallego. This is Camacho. And now Isidro. Gallego playing it in now for Juanito. He's got Stilica alongside him. Here's Stilica. He's a busy player. And he's got a corner. Tell it about it, Alec Ferguson's got a lot of respect for this man, and he feels, I think, that Real Madrid play a lazy sort of style with a lot of patience, and that Stilica is the man who brings much-needed urgency to that side. Well, Juanito's done his bit as well with the penalty, and Willie Miller did his bit there by getting it away for Aberdeen. And the ball out of play for an Aberdeen throw. It's a really horrible night here now. It's pouring with rain still, and it's sad really, because it's the first time there's been a major European final here in Sweden, in this beautiful Ullevi stadium, and it celebrates the 25th anniversary of this stadium, which was built for the 1958 World Cup, and they've got a night like this for it. Stilica, Metcod, Juanito coming towards him. On this side is Gallego and Juan Jose, the fullback. Well guided header for Gallego. We're after him. Metcod. A long ball again. It just glanced off the head of Alec McLeish. And now McMaster. It's good to see him playing, because some 3 seasons or so ago he had severe knee ligament trouble. He was out of the game for a long time. In fact, he thought his career might be over, the number 3 for Aberdeen, in the challenge there on Juanito, or when he was beaten. As Juan Jose combined well and finds Stilica, and he got the better of Willie Miller. Now this could be trouble for Aberdeen, still with Stilica, and in the end the flag goes up. They delayed that pass through to Santillana just a fraction too long. And it really began once McMaster and then Miller were both beaten, as though Aberdeen could be in trouble. Still 1-1 in this Cup Winners' Cup final in Gothenburg. Rugby. Cooper. And Black. And the throw to Aberdeen. For 11 is Isidro. He's just recovered and got into the game after a cartilage operation. Big Doug Rugby then with the ball for Gordon Strachan. If they get a penalty tonight, Gordon Strachan's the man who will take it, although he's missed a couple in the last month. Rugby. Cross and the keeper's ball. Stilica. Played for Juanito.
The game's died a bit, Brian, in the last 10 minutes. Aberdeen have lost that little bit of urgency they had at the beginning. They've got to pick it up again and start playing the ball a little bit earlier from the back, because they're allowing Real to get back and consolidate.
Stilica beginning to run things a little bit in the middle of the field. Stilica. This high point in the stand, you can never quite tell whether the whistle's gone or not, and I thought for a moment it hadn't, and some were stopping and some were starting, and the whistle had gone as a free kick.
The referee is not the most mobile of referees, is he? You know, he doesn't get up with the play.
The Aberdeen bench. To Camacho, banging it forward now. Ball going straight to Gallego. Stilica beaten by Cooper. Presumably the whistle had gone for Cooper's feet being too high and in a dangerous position. At any rate, it's a free kick for Real Madrid, which Johnny Metgood played in a UEFA Cup final when AZ 67 were beaten by Ipswich. Wanted on well there, and Leighton. Goodness, the ball didn't bounce quite as much as he expected, and he had to half dive on it.
Santillana's very good in there, Brian, isn't he? He can get up, and he's got some lovely skill with his head.
He's only 5'9" as well. But it's Weir. Now that's what they wanted to see, him running through Juan Jose, but he didn't get past Gallego as well. But it's Aberdeen's throw, Peter Weir with it. McGee very active. Simpson coming in there too. Weir's cross behind Cooper, who'd gone running in. But even then it didn't have quite the urgency as we saw from Aberdeen in the first 10 minutes or so of the game. And we've had 35 minutes now, and it's Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. Eric Black, the scorer for Aberdeen, and Juanito, the equaliser for Real Madrid from the penalty spot. Playing at a very leisurely pace now. Stilica. Good turn there. Camacho on this side of the field now. Stopped by McGee, or at least I thought he'd been stopped, but McGee didn't quite complete that challenge. And the ball out of touch from Willie Miller's header, and a throw to Real Madrid. Juanito with it. Isidro. And that came off Weir. It'll be a corner.
There's a lot of hesitancy at the moment with Aberdeen. Ryan, they're standing off, they're having a look. And as you were saying, you know, the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the game, there was a lot of urgency about them, and they seem to have gone to sleep now.
Well, they mustn't do that, because there are some good finishers in this Real Madrid side, and Juanito, who's taking this corner, is one of them. He'll be looking for the likes of Santillana, and a header in fact went wide off Isidro, and it's a goal kick. Juanito's corner. Good jump again on the far side, and I'll speed it up a little bit there for you, but Isidro, his header went wide. Gallego with Stilica getting through a lot of work in the middle of the field now for Real Madrid.
He's a good player, Gallego. I saw him coming on for Spain against Scotland in Valencia, and he scored a tremendous goal, Brian. He's a very, very good player.
Well, this is Angel now. And now Santillana, the captain. And a goal kick. Aberdeen, who beat Sion of Switzerland, Dinamo Tirana, Lech Poznan of Poland, Bayern Munich, which was a tremendous performance, of course, and then they shattered the Belgians, Waterskei, in the semi-final. Real Madrid, Bayern Mari of Romania, Újpest Dózsa of Hungary, Inter Milan, and Austria Vienna in the semi-finals. And it's Simpson leaving it for Strachan, finding McMaster. The man with the excellent left foot, and there he is looking towards Black, but it's Metcod who gets that one away. Ullevi looking for it to come down. Sticks out one of those long legs. Simpson just getting it away again for Black. Can he turn it in towards McGee? He can't, because Gallego's there once more. Shoved in the back by Mark McGee, the number 9. And it'll be a free kick to Real Madrid. Some 26 goals this season Mark McGee has scored. He had a couple of spells in England. He started with Bristol City. There he is, the number 9. And also had a spell with Newcastle. Stilica. Finding Gallego. He's looking really impressive. Those two are beginning to stir things up in the middle of the field. It'll be people like Neil Cooper who've got to match them now. Cooper on the ball, finding Ullevi. Cooper attacking at the expense of a throw. Isidro will take it as we come to 5 minutes to half-time. Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. And of course, there's a long, long way to go yet, but it is a night where there will be a positive result, because at the end of 90 minutes, if it's level, we have extra time, and if it's level after that, we go into that agonising business of penalties. Willie Miller with the header there for Aberdeen. Difficult bounce. And Cooper and Simpson, two youngsters in the middle of the field. And it's Strachan to Miller. Back again for Miller. McLeish. As far as you can tell, as night begins to fall here, but the skies are as black as ever. Alec Ferguson needing to get off that bench and urge maybe a little bit of urgency into his Aberdeen side. So McLeish with the free kick for Aberdeen. A deep one again towards Eric Black, who's a good header of ball. Planted through once more by Cooper, but an offside against McGee, and a free kick to Real Madrid. to Real Madrid. Juan Jose with it. Juanito being challenged by McMaster. A lovely, delightful little chip there by Juanito, but it falls instead for Neil Simpson for Aberdeen. In the all-red strip, attacking the goal to our left. Again, let me say, if you just coming towards half-time, and 1-1 the score, and Ullevi taking it up again for Aberdeen. Got a bit of support up there. There are 3 men in there. Black is one of them, but he was just beaten in the air on that occasion. Weir and McGee had got up quickly also. Cooper hoping to keep this going for Aberdeen. Again the cross coming in, and this time it's Juan Jose who gets it away. Put in again by McMaster, put in again there by Simpson, but now taken away for Real Madrid by Metkov. But here's Strachan for Aberdeen. Now Cooper. Aklish. And now Miller. McMaster. McGee trying to come off his man, but Camacho was right there with him. Here's Gallego. Now Juanito suddenly popping up on the left wing there. Gallego up there with him. Santillana going through the middle, still with Gallego, and well, the puddles and the treacherous conditions in the end got the better of it. Madrid have just lost the Spanish First Division Championship. They were well in the running and needed just a draw from their last game in Valencia, which they didn't get, and they were pipped on the post by Atletico Bilbao, which gives them an even greater incentive to win something for their fans here tonight. At the moment it's 1-1. I don't think Ian St John sitting alongside me was very happy with that. He was getting a little bit worried.
I don't like to see defenders when they're the last man trying to take on a forward, Brian. I mean, it's suicide. But he got out of it well.
Well, it's the throw for Real Madrid. Gallego. I don't think there are many players who've had a better first half than the Real Madrid number 6. And now Camacho. McGee really getting back after him, though. It's good to see, and it worked in the end. He was rewarded. He got the touch and put it away for the Real Madrid throw. There you go again, battling away unfairly there, held by Neil Simpson. A free kick to Real Madrid, coming to the last minute or so of the first half. The score still Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. Metgod and Bonnet behind this. They're a long, long way out. But he's trying something from a long way out indeed. That would have been the most outrageous free kick goal of all time, I would have thought, because he was well, just about in the centre circle when he took it.
Rather ambitious, I would say, Brian.
So Jim Leighton, who's been beaten so far only from the penalty spot, and although Madrid have had a fair bit of pressure in the second half of this first half, really the chances have been few and far between, it has to be said. Stilica, McMaster, again that delicate touch and a good one, finding Cooper. Now Ullevi. Can Aberdeen find something right on the half-time whistle? Black again with the lead, but once again the Real Madrid defence got the better of him. Bonnet, who is a big fella, well over 6 foot. Stilica playing it again to Gallego. Back again now to Johnny Metcalf. As the whistle goes for half-time, and it's 1-1 with Eric Black having scored for Aberdeen. And Juanito having then equalised in the penalty spot after a bad back pass by McLeish didn't quite reach the goalkeeper. There's a lot more action, I think, to come, though, from Gothenburg tonight in what could... Well, let's see if it works as we start the second half with Aberdeen in the all-red strip, remember, attacking now the goal to our right. With many more supporters here in this Ullevi stadium, a beautiful stadium. even on such a rainy night, some 12,000 of them to something like 3,000 from Real Madrid, and the Aberdonian voices are really being heard in this part of Sweden tonight. 1-1 then, and a throw straight away for Aberdeen. Chastening thought that Real Madrid have never lost to a Scottish side in European competition. They've beaten Rangers way back in 1964. And they beat Kilmarnock in 66 and Celtic in 1980. Ullevi, Cooper. Both sides have got nice, clean, dry strip on. And this is Isidro, the number 11. It'll be Camacho who takes the free kick. Hit with a lot of power. They play very patiently, but occasionally they do like to get the ball forward really quickly. Now, an obstruction there, was it? No, a good advantage, in fact, in the end played as Mark McGee really thumped into Camacho, but then hits the ball against Metcod. The number 4 for Real Madrid. Then hits it at Strachan. Ball out of play. And a throw to Aberdeen. I think the slight worry that I've got, Ian, is for Aberdeen that Stilica and Gallego look so dominant at the moment in the midfield against the two youngsters, Neil Cooper and Neil Simpson.
Well, you're talking about experienced players against two youngsters, Brian. You're right enough there. Obviously, you expect the experienced players to come out on top. But I think if the Aberdeen boys just work a little bit harder at the game and start putting pressure on Real, like they're doing at the moment, to win the ball back off them, if they can continue to do that and keep the work rate up, then I think they've got every chance of winning it.
Simpson finding McMaster. Now Weir, and really his chances of those famous runs of his have been few and far between. We saw one starting up there, but it soon faltered. Stilica gets position, finds Juan Jose. Santillana coming pretty deep, the captain, to find Metcod. And Willie Miller stretching out well. Strachan putting it on now for McGee. But then losing it just for a moment to Angel. And back to Metcod. Jose, ball out of play, just coming off the Aberdeen player, so it'll be a throw for Real Madrid. It's a free kick for Real Madrid. Gallego taking it, knocked on by Juanito, behind for the goal kick. Actually, news from the Aberdeen camp that Alec Ferguson's been saying that his team seemed to give up a little bit after the equaliser, but have now picked up a bit, and he still thinks Aberdeen will win. He's happy about the penalty decision, no complaints. It did seem a fair decision. I don't think you can argue with that at all. Cooper. Miller played on towards Strachan, but cut out again by Gallego. Willie Miller getting himself forward, and Stilica just screwing it away there for a moment for Real Madrid. Falls for Angel. They seem to have stepped up their effort a little bit in these opening minutes of the second half of Aberdeen.
I think Gordon Strachan is going to be a key figure. We were saying before about the young midfield players. Now Gordon, with his experience, he's got to really stamp his authority in the game now and give us a really good, 40 minutes or so it's left of the game.
But a good ball there, though, from Gallego, except that Juan Jose man who cost something like £275,000 from Cadiz, the number 2. Let it slide away into touch. And John McMaster with the throw for Aberdeen. Simpson towards McGee, again thumped in the back, and this time the referee spotted it. In fact, he spotted quite a lot on this night. He's a most undemonstrative man. I don't think he's got into a canter yet, the referee from Rome. Again, a jolt in the back for McGee, but he's still got possession. Found Strachan, Cooper. That's a nice ball play there if Miller can get to it, and he can. Brave run there by Willie Miller, sending Mark McGee on his way, but Bonnet gets it away for Aberdeen. And it was Cooper who misjudged the jump and got a smack in the face for his pains. And a good bit of play by the Real Madrid captain Santillana. Stiliker on the far side now. Juanito looking for Stiliker again, but McMaster getting it back to keeper Jim Lee. Are going a bit hard and strong there. As Madrid come away again. It's Angel and now Gallego. And Johnny Mitgood. Searching ball, that's a well-struck ball, and Rugby just playing it back there. Miller turning it back. Aberdeen hearts were fluttering just for a moment. 1-1 still the score in this Cup Winners' Cup final in Gothenburg. Black chasing after this one, and Metgod showing his calm very well indeed. Sneaking it back for Bonnet. This big defender's making a really big run here. Just slipped back for Juanito. All played in for Stiliker, played on towards Santillana, and that was an important interception there by Rugby. And here's Strachan. Back for McGee, back for Strachan. Weir in a bit of space on the far side. Now, we need him maybe to beat this man and get across in. He's done part of it. And Strachan, he banged it against the goalkeeper's legs, and the keeper knew nothing about it. That could so easily, if that had gone even a foot either side of the keeper, there would have been absolutely no stopping it. The keeper would never have reacted quickly enough to get it. It was a great strike by Aberdeen, and Strachan desperately unlucky not to put them 2-1 into the lead. 1-1 still the score then. It's a throw for Aberdeen. They're warming up somebody on the other side. It looks like maybe Hewitt. But this was a tremendous strike. Weir did well. It just flicked off Metgod, and it fell beautifully on the volley. And the keeper honestly could have known nothing about it. So here's Weir again. I think all Aberdeen fans were hoping they'd see one or two of his runs tonight, and he looks in a little more confident form in the opening minutes of this second half. Now to take this corner. Peter Weir for Aberdeen. And Black with the header! Just kept out. Weir once more with the cross for Aberdeen. Good spell this. It didn't come to Black. Here comes for Strachan. And it might go yet. And in the end, Real Madrid, living so dangerously in their 6-yard area, just managed to get the ball to the goalkeeper's hands. And Aberdeen, twice in a couple of minutes, could so easily have been 2-1 into the lead.
Well, they'll never be unlucky, Brian. It was a tremendous header in the first place by Eric Black. And then it fell for Gordon Strachan here. Pushed it across the goals, and all the bodies have got in, and it just got flicked away at the last moment. Very unlucky. As you say, 2 chances in the space of a couple of minutes. The Dodgers are back in business.
Well, Willie Miller, their captain. Strachan. And there's Willie Miller again. A great run. Bonnet's coming across there. Willie Miller might have got the better of him. Now Gallego coming in. And Gallego in the end used his experience to get it away to Bonnet. Now there could be a bit of space. Only 3 back now for Aberdeen. Isidro stopped with a good challenge by Neil Cooper, but an unfair one apparently, according to the referee. Cooper saying, I came away with the ball.
That's a black header. Really a fantastic save by the goalkeeper, because he got a bit of power behind that header. Right? It was a lovely save.
If he'd been an inch or two shorter than his 6'4", he may not have got quite to that one, the keeper. Oh, Isidro getting in there, but again no trouble for Aberdeen. A long clearance by Leighton, and McGee's on his way. Challenging Camacho, who just got the touch, and Bonnet taking it away. No risky back passes from him, and now Camacho. Metcod. Aberdeen starting the second half in much the way that they started the first, remembering that they went a goal up with Eric Black after 7 minutes, only for Juanito to equalise from the penalty spot after 14. Angel, Isidro, not a very good cross, straight at Neil Cooper. Miller making the little touch. Cooper showing good control and calmness, but sadly for him, his clearance goes straight to Gallego. Metcod, Black pursuing him. Oh, and Metcod made a little bit of an error there, and Black on his way, but Metcod's coming back, but he's still got possession. Cooper putting it wide for Weir, where so many of the good things could come for Aberdeen. Weir with the cross.
He's so exasperating, Peter Weir, isn't he? I mean, he can do some good things, and then, of course, he does silly things like that.
Andy Watson warming up. Just wondering what that means. He's very much a midfielder, isn't he?
Yes, he is a midfield player. He's a very strong boy as well. He's very attack-minded.
Stilica. Isidro. Rugby went at him, and Isidro used a little bit of elbow after that ball had gone as well, and rather it was McLeish. Now Metcod. Long ball which Juanito is chasing, but Miller's there again for Aberdeen. But it's Real Madrid's throw. And a better looking start to the second half, and a really well balanced European Cup Winners' Cup final now, with it still 1-1. Juanito for Real Madrid. Juan Jose, the ball coming off him though, it'll be Aberdeen's throw. Master gets it away. It's Real Madrid's throw. Master, and another throw. Santillana just not getting the touch he wanted. And a good ball out there. And here come Aberdeen once more, as Simpson takes it up. He's got Weir away on the left. And Weir, you feel, if he gave himself a chance, has the beating of Juan Jose down that flank. Aberdeen once more. McGee playing it in, and a foul on Simpson gives Aberdeen the free kick. A chance maybe to float something in now. And to that end, they brought McLeish forward and Rugby forward, and only Willie Miller and goalkeeper Jim Leighton are now in the Aberdeen half of the field. A quarter of an hour of the second half gone. 1-1 the score in this Cup Winners' Cup final. Black trying to get in there. McLeish. And Cooper with the shot, and the keeper down. No doubt about it, Ian, that Aberdeen have had the better of this opening quarter of an hour of the second half, and they are getting a few shots in.
Well, the goalkeeper's been busier in the 15 minutes since half-time than he was in the whole of the first half. He's made some fine saves. Yeah, Aberdeen really have now starting to get their game together, because they picked the pace up, which they had to do, and now they're forcing errors in the Real defence, and it's great chances for them.
Well, now it's Metcod for Real Madrid. Santillana. seen so little of him, and yet he scored in every round of this competition. Wish they wouldn't do things like that, McMaster. But in the end, as the Real Madrid fullback came in, he could make nothing of it. It's a goal kick, and the rain is still tumbling down ferociously, as you can see. Stilica battling in the middle. Just wondering about Stilica, because he's had some problems with the back, and there were doubts about him being fit, although I must say in training the last couple of days he'd worked really hard. Just wondering whether he is 100% fit or not. And I know that Alfredo Di Stefano, the Real Madrid manager, said that he is such an outstanding player for me that I've got to take a risk on him. I'm just wondering, the longer this game goes, how well he will stand that pace. Well, there was a good jump away. There's Stilica with the header back in, but an offside against Juanito, who hadn't come back. And it's something, certainly, it's a philosophy that Alec Ferguson doesn't share, because he might almost have got Stuart Kennedy, his experienced fullback, in, and in fact he's fit but not match fit, and felt that he just couldn't risk him in a final. The next half hour or so will tell us whether Di Stefano's gamble on Stilica has paid off. But at the moment it's Strachan coming through, but it's got away for Real Madrid. Simpson picking it up, but the whistle had gone. It's a free kick. A foul by Neil Simpson. That's John McMaster. And a free kick, which Gallego will take. No, he's going to leave it to Metgood. It's a good free kick. Santillana. Juanito's in there too. Santillana again. And that time McLeish put a distance on the header, but only goes as far as Gallego. Simpson tracking him. And they're doing a pretty good hustling job at the moment, are Aberdeen. And a skillful one as well, as Peter Weir takes it up. Now he's got McGee up there, and he's got Black up there. He's got Strachan coming up quickly as well. And he's gone past another one as Weir. The cross comes in, they're all over the place, and Black with a header is over the top. Oh, he'll be furious about that, because he is normally, Eric Black, such a good header of the ball, and what a brilliant run by Peter Weir. He must have taken at least 4 defenders, and that little flick up off the defenders suddenly fell for him.
Well, of all the players in the Aberdeen team, he's the least you'd expect to head over him from that distance, because he is an exceptionally good header of a ball. It was a good chance. He got right underneath it, just topped it with his, the top of his head over the bar. But I was glad to see Peter Weir at least doing something there, Brian. It shows you the skill he's got. He really is a very skillful winger, but he's got to impose himself more in the game.
McGee now. I think McGee was trying to get him into it then, but pass didn't go anywhere near him in fact. And it was Juan Jose who got it away to Isidro. There's no doubt about it, with a little bit of luck, they might have had 2 or 3 goals in this second half. As it is, they've got a bit of defending to do, as Juanito shot his charge down. Gallego with a long way out, and it's over the top and a goal kick. Gallego, who's not been quite the dominant force in midfield for Real Madrid that he was in the first half of this game alongside Stilica.
I think simply because, Brian, they're hustling a bit better now Aberdeen in this half, and they're not giving them the space they had in this half.
I really feel this could now begin to boil up into something. Where? It's Real Madrid's throw. But at the moment he's looking much more like the Peter Weir that has been seen so often at Pittodrie. But it's Metgood. Stilica ducking underneath one. Santillana trying to get in there. William Miller carefully away to Strachan. Nicely controlled. Taking his man on. But again, Gallego was there. And Stilica, Metgood and Angel between them, forming a nice little triangle for Real Madrid. But here they come again. Played for Strachan. Played inside again, but that was A wasted ball there by Aberdeen, and Gallego had no trouble picking it up. Stilica found a bit more of his bounce and found a pretty hefty puddle there as well in the middle of this Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg. 1-1, still the score in this Cup Winners' Cup final between Aberdeen in the red strip and Real Madrid. Miller, the captain for Aberdeen, finding Strachan. Get a bit of a feel about Aberdeen at the moment, but Strachan stopped there by Angel. And Gallego, flick on by Santillana. And from a long way out, the ball crashes off McMaster. And Bonnet pulls down a player from behind, and the referee, I don't know whether he's just still allowing it to go on. And so McMaster says, all right, let's give it a go. Good run here by John McMaster, stopped in the end. Oh no, dispossessed now by McGee. It comes for Strachan. And for a moment they looked as though they were getting themselves into trouble, and then the whistle goes for a free kick to Real Madrid. Oh, and Rugby and Isidro and Juanito getting a little bit worked up there. Di Stefano watches on inscrutably.
Actually, I think Isidro had a kick at Rugby when they both challenged for the ball there. He didn't quite see it, but that's what happened. He was lying on the ground, and as Doug Rugby walked by and had a whack at him.
Well, we are coming towards the halfway mark of the second half. And Isidro's all right to go on. Metcalfe now for Real Madrid. It's getting to that tense last quarter of a game where nobody really wants to make the slightest mistake. We've had 2 goals in the first 14 minutes. And Aberdeen have made the better chances since, particularly in this second half. Cooper. Alec McLeish. McMaster. Again towards McGee. Again, a little nudge in the back by Camacho. And the referee at precisely the right angle to see it. Weir, as you can see, wants the ball. And Archie Knox, Alec Ferguson's right-hand man, says, hey, sit down, let me have a shot. So let's see what they can do with this now, because only Willie Miller and Jim Leighton are back. They've really piled the red shirts forward now to see whether Weir or McMaster, as Ian was saying, McMaster's got a delightful left boot. But in fact it's Peter Weir who crosses it in, and Gallego who got it away. Cooper standing a long way back, looking for the little chip, looking for the run through, but
he actually tried to chip and go himself, Brian, and didn't quite get underneath the ball.
Metcalfe. Bonnet. Gallego. This is their game. Nice leisurely pace, looking for the vital break when you get near the opponent's penalty area. Play with great patience, Real Madrid, and here's Strachan. And Aberdeen knew they would try and hustle them out of their stride throughout this game, and they're doing it well in the second half, but it's still 1-1. This is Eric Black. Scored the Aberdeen goal. Simpson. Strachan. Now will he get across it? He has. It's deflected a little bit. The keeper's there. Good safe match. 6'4". He's entitled to win those. Juan Jose to Uli Stilica. Gallego. Metcalfe. Played in again for Juanito. Santillana's up there too. And a deflection going wide for the goal kick.
I always worry when I see Juanito around the edge of the box, Brian, because I've seen him do it curling balls. You know, if there's defenders in front of the goalkeeper, he can curl them round and go for the top corners. And I always get a little flutter when I see him there.
That's how we stand, though, with 25 minutes of the second half gone. And you do get the feeling about this game that it might go all the way, remembering, as I told you in the first half, we get a positive result here tonight, either through extra time if we need it after 90 minutes, and through those penalties if we need it after that. Juanito trying a little burst, but it was Rugby who got in there and turned it back. And incidentally, Alfredo Di Stefano has been over that course before with the penalties when he was manager of Valencia, when they beat Arsenal on penalties in the final of this competition. It's Angel now, the number 8. Both sets of supporters here in, well, a half-filled Ullevi Stadium, trying to outshout each other, I think, and forget the wet and the cold. It's still raining very, very hard. Miller getting it away for Aberdeen as far as Gordon Strachan. Bonnet after him, but he's left him. But Bonnet says, no, I'll have a bit of that. And the referee, I think, will have a bit of it as well. He's got such a reputation, Bonnet, for clumsy challenges like that, and the nod of the head doesn't always put it right. Little Strachan was really on his way, clattered from behind there by Bonnet. And a free kick, which John McMaster will take. Left-footed towards Doug Rugby, something again they practiced hard yesterday here, with Rugby making those runs from deep, but an infringement there and a free kick to Real Madrid. Gallego, they're in the dry, but they're very much in the wet. It's Gallego, finds Bonnet, it's Metgod, playing curiously away, almost in a left-back position for a lot of this second half. Whether that's to nullify the runs of Strachan, it's a possibility. At the moment, it's Strachan on the ball, back to big Doug Rugby, 6'2.5" of him. Oh, it's his back pass, of course, that led to the penalty incident. That pass, for a moment, didn't look as though it was going to reach McMaster, but it did. Now Miller. Now Simpson. Cooper. Good turn by McGee. Mark McGee with Camacho after him, and McGee slung in a good cross there, but Weir might just keep it in on the far side, and it came off the defender, so it's going to be an Aberdeen throw. Always some twisting and turning on that bench, and if only they could be out there playing. Nick Ferguson and Archie Knox. Now let's see if Black can get across him. No, not good enough. McMaster getting past Santillana. But now what? Right, play it wide for Weir. Let Weir have a go. Oh, goodness, he's kicked up in the air by Juan Jose there. Another free kick to Aberdeen. So Weir. It's a fair-looking cross there towards Rugby. And the linesman was flagging either for an offside or for Rugby pushing down on the Spanish defender. Gallego, Metcod, Juan Jose, coming forward in easy stages. A flick ball there for Stilica, flicked on again for Juanito. Santillana's waiting in the middle, Angel's coming in as well. And away come Aberdeen. Well played there by young Neil Simpson. And now Weir can take it up. Slowly but surely getting the better of this Real Madrid right back. McMaster. There's no doubt about it that Aberdeen have looked certainly the more impressive side in this second half, but it's still at 1-1. And you always fear Real Madrid on the break, with players of the quality of Santillana, who's on the ball at the moment, and Juanito's up ahead of him. Stilica, who will be looking to mastermind it from the middle of the field. Metcod. But if concentration and discipline were needed, they're certainly needed now from Aberdeen. Though they're having the better of it, it's still only 1-1, and they simply mustn't make a single mistake. Millie Miller slightly miscuing there. Black, that might fall for Strachan. Oh, he just got there. Beat two of them. Left them on the ground. Now, can Aberdeen finish it off now? Strachan tried to get it through. In the end, Cooper finds Weir, who's offside. It was a lovely jinking little run there by Gordon Strachan, and he tried so hard to get it through to Eric Black.
That's the Aberdeen warming up all the substitutes.
Three of them around there. I don't think there's perspiration. It's rain on the forehead of Alfredo Di Stefano. But slightly worrying, as it must be for any manager going into the last quarter of an hour of a cup final and standing at 1-1. Back from McMaster.
I just had a look down there, Brian. The cup is sitting on the side of the track on a table. It'll be full of water by the time it gets finished.
Battling away was Mark McGee. Found Doug Rugby for Aberdeen. Ball really getting caught on that water now, and Rugby's cross was quite easily cut out by Metcod. So Metcod, Stilica, and Miller again getting in there well. McMaster too. Lovely bit of close footwork there by John McMaster. And a lovely ball, no, it wasn't quite. It might have been a better one. Black might have made something of it.
He's looking a bit tired, Eric Black. I've just been watching him there, you know. He's worked himself into the ground, really, and he's only a laddie, so maybe he's feeling the effects of it now.
Maybe Hewitt will be the man that they'll bring on and replace him, possibly. Got an ability of scoring a few important goals, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Juanito very deep. Bonnet. Juan Jose. And we're doing a good hustling job, and it's paid off because it's given Aberdeen possession again. Now it's with Strachan. McGee, who's also worked really hard. He showed just a little too much of that to Camacho. Santillana, the captain for Real Madrid. Gallego with Juanito up ahead. And this is where they often are a problem. Making the break, but not on this occasion because he overran the ball and Neil Simpson said thank you, and away come Aberdeen again. Now can Strachan get to that? Metcod is across. Does seem to have such a calming influence on this Real Madrid side. But it's real nip and tuck at the moment, Ian.
Oh yeah, because Fergie's obviously feeling the pressures a little bit on the bench here. Johnny Metcod, as you were saying, is a first-class player. I mean, he can play in midfield as well. And you've noticed lots of times in the game where he stepped forward when they've gotten the ball and comes into midfield and attacks. Real quality player.
Well, it's Juanito. Santillana. And they've held him out again. Stilica trying to get it going once more. Finds Juan Jose. That's his cross coming in towards Santillana, and it was off the head of Rugby, so it'll be a corner for Real Madrid, who have a player down just inside the Aberdeen half. Just look at that rain still.
I think it's cramp. He's lying down there and trying to press his toes up towards his face. You can understand why they're taking cramp tonight, because the conditions down there are very, very heavy.
More policemen down there than people on the terraces at the moment. And I have to say, as far as I can see, the Aberdeen fans have been here in force and they've not really caused an awful lot of trouble. Well, Isidro trying to get in, well gathered by Jim Lake. And a quick crack away there, hoping that they might catch Real Madrid off guard, but no, and it'll fall instead for Strachan, who's got Cooper inside him. Simpson. Weir. He seemed to be feeding the ball more and more to Weir in this second half, sensing that he might just get the better of Juan Jose, and as he has done there, and he's slung in a good cross there, but the keeper completely missed that one with a fist.
Goodness me, that was a bad selection by the goalkeeper, wasn't it? Trying to punch a ball there. I mean, he could have certainly have caught that one. Almost gave a chance to Aberdeen.
Well, we're getting to the area now with the last 10 minutes. A mistake could be absolutely costly in the extreme. Bedford. I don't know whether you can still hear the Aberdeen fans. They're making all the noise, sensing that it could be Aberdeen's night, although it still remains at 1-1, and you have to watch out for the likes of Stilica making their breaks. Willie Miller, oh, he's got caught up in the mud again, and Isidro was after him.
That was a heart stopper, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's the first time I'd seen that water in quite that state in that Aberdeen penalty area. Now Strachan. Camacho turning it in. Bonnet, the short ball for Gallego. Strachan's after him. And they are sensing also that if you do keep hustling them on this difficult surface, that's what they're playing for. On this difficult surface, you might just hustle them into a very costly error. So these are tantalizing last 10 minutes or so of normal time, with it still 1-1. Both goals in the first 14 minutes of the game. Angel, Santiano, again coming deep, but all he's done is give the ball away to Mark McGee. And McGee has got the better of Camacho. He might get the better of Angel. Well, in the end, the referee said, you've taken enough, well, I'll give you a free kick. So Rugby, standing over it.
This might be the situation where they do that.
So they do the thing as though they've messed it up.
Yeah.
And take them off guard. And then really sling something in for McLeish on the far side, I'll notice. Which is what worked against Bayern Munich. Where they try and fool Real Madrid now that, oh, they've... There we are. So they've relaxed for a moment. And they argue with each other. Look, a little push and shove. But this is no argument at all. In fact, they just put them off guard for a moment. And they've done it again. This is an old trick. This isn't a mess-up. It's their old trick. Now they take it quickly. And it might come from McLeish on the far side, but not quite. Well, if he's done his homework, Di Stefano, he would have known it wasn't a mess-up. And I imagine he probably has. In any case, Strachan's cross wasn't quite good enough for McLeish on the far side. Metcod. Cut out by Neil Cooper. McGee. Simpson. I must say my fears of Simpson and Cooper at the start of the second half, not having quite the experience to deal in the midfield, is quite unwarranted. Yes, there's a good jump again by Eric Black.
And he got an elbow in his face as well for his pains there from the defender. But he really has got spring heels, Eric Black.
I think you had him on a coaching course, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, with all the under-18 Scottish youth team. And he was demonstrating his heading ability there, and he was first class.
Well, it looks, he might well have got an elbow, Ian, but it looks as though it's the left ankle that's a bit of a problem as well.
Yeah, if he have come down on his ankle.
He's just recovered from an ankle injury, in fact, hasn't he? Which I think he got in the Scottish Cup semi-final against Celtic. And it looks like a young man in a bit of pain. But might be the moment to bring on somebody like John Hewitt.
Yes, I mean, the substitutions that Fergie has used in previous rounds have certainly worked for him, and if he brings Hewitt on tonight, who knows? But it looks as if Black's going to stay on for at least 5 minutes.
Well, so it's a free kick to Real Madrid. And indeed, it looks as though John Hewitt is going to come on very shortly, at any rate. Santiano. McMaster. Cooper. Weir was after him, but...
See, it's cases like that, Weir was sleeping there, Brian. He really has to be on his way before the ball is played.
Oh, good play again by Strachan. What a tenacious little bit of play again by Gordon Strachan. And in the end, it's a throw for Aberdeen. He's still, you feel, on this difficult surface, a man with lovely close control who can unsettle them. And it's John Hewitt who's going to come on. As yet it's not clear who's coming off, but it must, I would think, almost certainly be Eric Black. McGee having a battle. This will be Simpson. Just in once more. Ullevi's there. Didn't quite get in the header. And the keeper will get there first. 5 minutes to go to the end of 90 minutes. Been shown that there are 17,804 spectators in the ground tonight. I would hazard a guess that most of them come from Aberdeen and Madrid, and not very many of them come from Gothenburg. Juanito, good run by him. Such a dangerous side on these breaks, and they'll have to watch them. It was McLeish's header, was it? Pushed in once more. And Isidro, but straight that time. And keeper Leighton. Just 2 up for Aberdeen. But Strachan is joining them. And in a little bit of space there to take McGee's pass. Oh, Strachan's gone round Metcod and tries a little chip, but it's just too high. He spotted that Augustin was just off his line. But you feel that the picture there is a picture of a man who could win this cup final yet.
Yes, you can. In fact, the last 10 minutes or so, little Gordon Strachan has really come into his own. Tried to chip the goalkeeper off his line there and made a poor job of it.
It's Eric Black who's going off. And John Hewitt coming on. John Hewitt, in fact, who got the winner against Bayern Munich in the quarter-final. So his pedigree is excellent. And I know, although Eric Black has scored the goal and has really worked himself into the ground, they'll have no qualms about putting John Hewitt on, because he really has a nose for goal. So Gallego now. Stilica. Juanito. Stilica. Gallego. Angel. Again, this patient build-up. And suddenly it's Metcod finding Santillana, trying to get Isidro, but Ullevi was there, and I think Santillana wanted Isidro to make a slightly better effort for that one than he did. Let's see what Mark McGee can do. It's not a bad ball there. In fact, it's a very good one for Neil Simpson, who's got Weir outside him. And Hewitt waiting in the middle, the substitute. McGee's come up as well. They've got 3 in the middle with Strachan too. Aberdeen's throw. Gets it away. Gallego, Santillana's up front, Juanito's up front. This is Angel. Gallego. Camacho. Jose, and away for the Real Madrid throw. Coming to the last seconds of normal time, and extra time at the moment looks a certainty. But wait, a corner for Real Madrid right at the last, and Santillana, in fact, beckoning everybody forward. Bonnet's come forward, he's a 6-footer. Metgold's come forward, he's a 6-footer. And they've got to pull a few back of Aberdeen. And in fact, they've left only Mark McGee forward. And they got it away. In fact, it may even have been Hewitt who got the header in there. That's the end of 90 minutes. 1-1, which means we get 30 minutes of extra time.